All right, so the objective for today is the Xerox again, but we're going to try a 360K PC drive with a, well, not a belt, a direct drive motor, and a GoTech to see if it is actually the floppy drives in the Xerox that are bad. It could be potentially a speed-related issue with the drives that's causing them to not be able to format disks. I don't personally think it is, but I would rather eat crow on that and just know and have it work. So we're gonna find out. But it's gonna be slightly annoying because the second drive, the right drive in this machine, is addressed differently because this uses the Shugart style addressing. So it's gonna be possible. It's just gonna be a little annoying. All right, what I'm gonna do first is take off the shroud here, and we're gonna add a split power cable so that I can pull this out more easily, because that is all I get for slack on that cable. If I could extend that floppy cable, I would, but I guess I could with one of my floppy switchboards, but I don't have one prepared right now. So we're gonna have to use that cable on whatever drives we put in there. So I'm going to also grab a silicone mat to put over that for when I put a new drive in there so it doesn't bump up against anything or short. It's a minor problem for stuff like a spinning motor, so we may have to be a little creative with how that grabs on the motor. That doesn't, but yeah, we'll figure that out. But for now, we're gonna reboot this with the original drive in there just to set a baseline of what's going wrong. All right, I am booting the options disk. We are going to try one more time to format a floppy on the machine, just to, well, with the original drives, just to confirm it doesn't work. And for grins and giggles, I will start out by doing it with the Write Protect notch taped over, because a lot of people asked about that in the comments for some reason. So I just want to show you that this doesn't work, and it will actually comment about it being taped over. Literally. All right, prepare disk. Insert disk in right drive, which, by the way, we cannot swap drives either. So it is the right drive only, and it detects that by addressing. And there we go. Right disk protected with tape. So I will pull this out, remove the tape. I just absolutely lost my mind when I first read it say that as tape, because usually it's either still plastic or it's a sticker. It shouldn't technically be tape. All right, here it is without the Write Protect covered. And problem, disk in right drive. That is a fail. So I can't just format this with like another tool or another system or something. Because these machines are 16 sectors, they don't just use standard PC FAT12 file systems. An MS-DOS formatted disk has, I believe, 9 sectors, and the bytes per sector are different. So it's not compatible with the way that other systems store files on here. It's just fundamentally different. It's like you can't put a Commodore 64 disk in a PC and read the files off of that. So I can't do that. Additionally, I don't have an idea of what the file structure is. I don't know how to modify the table of contents. Now, there is some kind of indication of a table of contents on there, and I'm not exactly sure how that works or if it's modifiable. But the other thing is that there's some kind of magic byte somewhere on the boot disks that needs to be removed or modified for it to know that it's a recording disk, and I don't know how to do that. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is try and swap in this drive. I think this is the drive that I booted this with previously, so it should work, but that was in the left side where the IDs match up a little more correctly. What I'm talking about with the IDs is actually right here. So this drive is jumpered as 1 out of 4. That would actually be DS0. Now, I'm a little optimistic because this drive has a jumper here that can be changed to DS0, and I'm hoping that just putting that there will actually make this work, but I don't know. So we're gonna plug in the floppy cable from this drive to here. Okay, let me feel the motor spins. Okay, this might be a solution here. So Let's see if this works. This one should seek, then that one should seek. Okay. This is a big test here. We're going to use a completely different drive and attempt to prepare a disk. Here we go. Check disk in right drive. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. I have to lie to it. I just had to put any disk. Actually, I can just close this. There we go. Okay, here we go. Whoa, that's different. No way! No way! Oh my gosh, am I an idiot? Oh, I'm totally an idiot. Oh, I wish this thing hadn't taken a year to get working. Oh! I was so done with it by this point. I really didn't want to try and swap in a drive. Are you kidding me? It worked. Stupid. Well, there you go. That's the answer. Yes, I was wrong. It's the drives are bad somehow. It could be the belt causing a speed difference. I don't think that's the case. I don't think having a different belt will do that, but I don't know. But maybe. I don't know. So, there you go. If I now have a valid recording disk, that means I need to try and boot the base system disk and use it as a word processor. If this genuinely worked, that would mean that is an option. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put in the base system disk. It should automatically reboot into it. And we should be able to type on the screen. And that is its automatic reboot routine, by the way. That was new behavior. Okay, it still showed nothing on the display. However, I can press printer. And it's switching to disk memory mode now. Ho-ho! Yes! That is actually new there. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Yes! Oh my gosh! What is wrong with my drives? Here is what happens when you just remove the disk. Some text may have been lost. Oh, it might autosave then. Yeah, you jerk. Yeah, it really does go back. Wow, lame. Okay, yeah, so when it loses track of it, yeah. Boo! Boo! All right, there we are. Freshly formatted. All right, I'm going to pull this drive now, actually, and we're going to flux that disk as it is with the grease weasel in that drive so that we can have an image of a blank disk, just to have that preserved. It shouldn't matter since apparently I'm the only person who's dumb enough to have thought that you needed a special formatted disk, but oh well. Memorywriter, prepared. Actually Xerox dash prepared. Okay, let's go. Why didn't it like it? I didn't have a disk in there. Let's see. All right, disk is in the drive. Oh, jumper drive back. That's a good point. Okay, putting the disk in. Let's read it. There we are. All right, here is our image. Ignore the top side. Yeah, it's perfectly normal. Literally nothing special at all. Again, ignore that side. That doesn't matter. Okay. There will be stuff in it because it had data. Open with imhex. So yeah, that's it. There's no way we would have ever been able to figure this out from hex stuff. So the working theory right now as to why I'm having problems is that this is too tight. I don't think it should be too tight, but possibly it is, and it could be slowing down the motor trying to stretch it. So if I release this, it wants to go to about there naturally. So I'm like an inch short. on this thing. The only other belts I have are these, which I did try to order specifically for this thing, but they're too long by almost as much as that one is short. So I'm thinking I'm going to be dumb, and I think I'm going to try cutting this belt and melting it back together. I don't know how well this is going to work. I'm going to lift it, get underneath kind of, and push it back together. Okay, please don't glue poorly. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going to happen on the Kapton side. We might end up redoing this where it floats in the air. I don't know. Well, we got some extra strength on the outside, so, you know, that's not the worst. Sure, why not? Let's try it. There's no way it's going to work. The other fun thing is it may not be short enough. Okay, it's definitely short enough. And, oh, no. That's not happening. So, yeah, it's bending as it gets there, but it's stiff. You think it's the Kapton? I can try pulling the Kapton off. This is definitely not gonna work, so I might as well. Watch this work, but my totally fine belts that were just slightly the wrong size don't. And let's find out. 4.95. No way. That can't possibly be acceptable. Come on. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put the option disk in the other drive and we'll boot that. Because that'll allow us to format a disk, because I don't think we have one that's formatted right now. Prepare disk. There's no way. There's no way. On the upper right, you'll see a monitor of the speed of the drive right now, and it's holding steady. It's really having to work for it. I don't know that this is actually going to work. Problem, disk and write drive. Okay. Wait, check disk and write drive. Oh. Okay. Well. Surprise. Well, with all that, it really does seem like it's the belts. If I can get probably 11-inch belts for the drives, I think they'll work. We were able to measure the timing of the drive at 5 hertz-ish. I think that's 360 RPM. That's what we were looking at. With a closer belt, with a belt that's less tight. These ones, this is a 10-inch belt, I'm guessing, from the Amazon listing. It's just too tight, and it's somehow constricting it. I don't know if it's compressing the bearings inside, adding more drag or what. But yeah, that's what appears to be causing the issue with this thing. Kind of mind-blowing to me, actually, that it's just the belts. Those, that it can boot, but not right, really blows my mind. So I'll have to order some 11-inch belts that are narrow enough, either 1/8 inch or 3/16. I think I can get away with on the Polion there. And then it's probably going to be fully fine. So there we go. That was the problem. It was the belts.